This is Mahati. I will be acting as a session chair for room 1. We have 3 presenters today, Runcheng, Yuqian, and Xinyang. I'm sorry if I really pronounced your names wrong. This session is currently under recording. Every student will be getting 20 minutes of time, out of which 15 minutes will be for presenting, and the last 5 minutes will be for Q&A. And right now, Runcheng, are you ready? I could be
Yes.
pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, sure. It's good. Let me just show my screen now.
I will give you a heads up at 15-minute mark.
Oh, sure. Can you guys see me screen now?
Yes.
Okay, sure. I'm starting now. So, yes. Hello everyone. My name is Runcheng, and this is my Capstone project. Name is the Future Direction of the Automated Testing Tool. It's about the agenda. I divided into 3 parts. The first part is what is automating testing and why we need it. The second part is what kind of automating testing is worth being used. And the last part is about what the future of automated testing will look like. So the first question is why we need the testing. I would like to say the testing can make our product to become more complete and more close to the perfect, because we don't want to use some product is full of bug and something else like that. So we need the testing to make it become processed and better. So this is just why we need testing. And about the problem statement, the first is what does the qualified software testing look like? And the second one is what will the future test software look like? So I want to do some background about the testing. And before the 1956, there is no difference between the testing and the debugging. Just like what is mean the testing and debugging, just like the testing mean you're trying to find some bug, right? The behavior is called testing, and the debugging mean you're trying to fix the bug. This means this behavior is called debugging. And the next area is about the make demanded. The test engineer then trying to testing to meet the demanded, like you have the login page and you want to show the 6 line, not the 5 line or the 7 line, just the 6 line. That means you make the demanded. And the next part is about the testing with the wrong behavior. It means you're trying to do some job like to the wrong thing to your page, like to enter the wrong password or to enter the wrong username. What will it look like? Just like that. And the next part is about the evaluation measure. That means like the press test, just like we have the many guys, we need to use the page same time. We don't want to, sometimes the website is blocked, right? So this is the press test. And the final is for now is they combine with the all previous testing method. Just like we have the mid demanded testing, test the wrong behavior, debugging, and some like press test. So we need to do a lot of job for now. This is the background about the testing. And the motivation, like the testing, they can divide in 2 parts. One is the blackboard testing, and what is the whiteboard testing. The blackboard testing, like the customer, they like to use it, just like you don't know everything about your product. You're just trying to play it and do some job about it to find anything you want to know, find some bug or something else. But they still have some engineering to do it, right? But the most is the customer to do. So about the white box, like you know the function about for your products, and you know something more deeper about this function, and you know how to testing. So this is the white box testing. So we have a lot of job need to do, just like the whiteboard and blackboard, right? So how can we just do this job the faster? So we need a tool so that we have the automating testing. The automated testing can cost and time saving, and they have the more function to use, so they can do the lot of jobs in the same time. So I want to introduce about 2 products. The left one is the UFT, and the right one is the Selenium. It's 2 very famous the testing tool. The left one UFT is the desktop testing tool. You don't need to know anything about the Python language or something else. You just need to click your mouse to do some script, write the script. They will help you to write the script and record your behavior to automatically to to send some code. Yes, and but the disadvantage for this project is about as very you need to pay a lot of money for the UFT because it's not open source. So the right one, Selenium, is open source. You don't need to know, you don't need to pay any money for it. You just need to know something about language like Python and Java, something else like that language. And also you can fit on the different platform like the Windows, Macs, and the Linux. So this is why there's two very different about the Selenium and the UFT. But the Selenium, they also have some disadvantages. They don't have the function like the recording, and they don't have the test report like that. This is important for test engineering, so they don't have it. So what I want to introduce is about the name is the Playwright. It's a brand new testing tool. It was divided by the Microsoft. They just built it. It's very brilliant testing tool. They also have the function like the recording, just like a UFT they have it, and also it's an open source, just like a Selenium. So you don't need to pay the money. So I would like to say they just combine two tools into the one tool. So it's a very modern testing tool. So it's about some code about the above one is the Selenium. Um, they need to write a lot of sim to test one web page, and the down one is about the playwright. They only need 5 lines to do this job. So you guys can see how they easier to use this. And so the first one demo I want to show is about the code gen. It's the code generation for the operated behavior. Let me just show my demo now. So I'm trying to do this, trying to press the playwright code gen. You guys can see on the right one, the box 6, they will help you to write the code automatically. Like what we do is trying to type the website, GitHub. And we enter it. You guys can see they also record our behavior, and they also can see the element of this website, anything about what is the element on it, and we click it. They also will record it, right? And also they can record our filling behavior, like when I type in browser and press the enter in my keyboard. They also will record it, press the enter and do some link on it. Yeah, they will also be recorded. So the most things what I mentioned, they can do the little different about the language. You can change it like the Java or anything JavaScript like that. So it's very easier to use. You don't need to know only one language. You can use any language you want. So it's important for me. And we just so I just also recorded in our this one code. I just play it. They will just replay it again. So what I'm do, and you guys can see about how they do. Yeah, so it's successfully. And I want to share two how to say two comment on this project for this the tool. The first one is PW debug. It means they can divide into the behavior. You can step by step what step they do. You guys can see we located and the discussion and what they see and the each step, right? What do we type it, the browser, right? And just like that. Yes, and they close the browser. The mention is important. We need to close the browser. This is very important. So, and we move on. And the playwright also have two very important trick. The trick one is about the browser context. We know about when we open the page, open the website, and we want to just always restart our browser. We just open a new page to our page, our website, right? So it's really important for the test engineer too, because restart the browser, they will slow the installation and consume a lot of resource. And so what we need to mention is always create a browser context. It's a full isolation and fast installation and low overhead. So just like in this part, the playwright, they can do the same job in the each browser, like the left one, the context, right? So they just store in the one box and just do the testing in this box. And the right one, this pages they don't know login, they can do the login test in the right box. So it's also they just divide in two parts. They don't affect each other. They just share the browser in the same time. So about the trick two is about the auto waiting. It's a simple login page. We just fill our username and password. We just click it, right? Testing. But for most testing tool, they will pop a message about we missed it. We missed the login page. Why we have it? Because they don't reload about this bottom immediately. So what we're trying to solution it is trying to add one code is about the timeout. But the timeout for the people guys will say, how do we know how long this is? So it's called it the pistol code. But the playwright they don't need it because they have the one function named the automating waiting for the each action, just like what I mentioned, the click one, they will check the cheated and the visibly and the spatially and receive it and some event and the enable. So they will check this or element of this or action when it can use this, and they will also do this behavior, and then they will do this behavior. So it's very, very important. So about the second demo is about the PyTest. The playwright they can use the PyTest to do the this one to do a lot of job. Like you can do the PyTest to do a lot of test case, and like the browser because we know the different user they will use the different platform like the Chromium, the Chrome, the Firefox, and the Safari or the Opera. So it's very important to do. We need to make sure our websites can fit it in the different platform, right? So the playwright can do it in the once time. If we use the manual testing, it means we need to do this job again and again to the different platforms. So this is very important to the automating testing. And the second one is the trace on. This is what I mentioned about the test report. They can help you to zip your code to the one file and just put in. They have an online um, the website. You just only need to put in on it, and they will help you to show to automatically to show your test report. And the video on is the playback video. So you guys record some bug is not often to show, so you just need to record it. So what I'm doing is in the website I found is a Swag Labs. It's an online open source the website. So it's a demo. We have the 4 user and only one password for the Orsto user. So what I'm doing is trying to do the login testing for this website. And let me show my demo again. So this is test. We have I tested in the 6 behavior. One is the check the headed, and the second one is the security test. Trying to skip your skip your login page. Can we just join it, and they will show the message like in bad effects you only can access this website when you are logging. So and the above one is some 4 different user for it. So what I'm trying to do is do the browser, what I mentioned before. You need to do it in the different platform, the Firefox, Chromium, and WebKit. That means you can test it these 3 different platform in the same time. What we need to do is only thing is like just PyTest our file, and they will collect our test case. There was 6 behavior, right? And they have to fit it to the different platforms. So there was 18. So you just wait a little bit time, and they will show some measures on it. Yeah, it almost cost 30 seconds. So it's almost done. Yeah, so they will set you there was 18. Your 18 seconds is passed in 30 seconds. If we have some just like round run behavior and some bug, they will pop up the message on it. So because of time reason, so I don't show now. And there was two. The mention is the tracing, the test report, and the playback, right? So how they do it? Just use the PyTest to use the command trace on and the video on, and they will show some test report. The test report website is just like you just need to put your file on it, and what they look like just similar on this side. You guys can see for each tab how they will show the each detail for each behavior on it. In this page, and trace on like that, right? What kind of issue each step what they do, and that's all for this demo. And the last trick is about the API testing, because the testing will not only focus on the front end, we need to also do some testing about the back end. Like the UI clinic, they will do the cycle what the API do, right? So for most how to say for the most the testing tool like the Cilium, they don't have the API testing, so the only they can do is about the UI testing, and they need to rely on the another testing tool to do the API testing. That they have the complete framework, but the playwright they can do this just by their own. They don't need to rely on others. They just need to do the UI testing and the API testing, so like that. So because of time reason, I don't show too much on it. So I just want to mention about the testing about API is very important, and the playwright they just only can do it by themselves. So you can make a test engineer, they have a complete framework by one tool. They don't need to rely on the others, but maybe they can just do the good job like the Postman, right? But I think maybe in the future they will do it in the better. So it's very important for the playwright. And the last part is about, just what I want to mention, what will the future, the automating testing look like? Just like the AI automating
I'm
test.
sorry to interrupt, Ranching, but you have 5 more minutes left for Q&A as well, giving your
Oh,
conclusion.
sure. Almost to the conclusion. And this is the last part, so I'm faster. Yeah. The automating testing case, right? We need to mention is the test case, right? And the find bugs and improve the code coverage. The test case, we don't know how we can know it. Just the AI they write it. So in the future, we need to fix this problem, because the AI they write the test case, they don't know what is this. We can read it. So it's very important for us. And the finding, this one finding, the company they worry with the search string is about the speed. So the AI maybe they can solve this problem immediately. So about the conclusion, the first one is select the test tool based on the requirement. If your project is based on just like 1 week, I would say you don't need to do the automated testing. You just you don't need to you just only do it in the manual testing, because you only have 1 week. You don't need a cycle or something else. And the second one is the Evensics is the fundamental to the testing tool. If you have the powerful expandable, outstanding feature or shorter running times. And the last thing is the AI testing. With still more time to focus on it. And yeah, that's all for my today. There's a key reference and the Q&A part. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranching. Does anybody have any questions for him? I have a question.
Sure.
So what is the most important thing that you learned from doing this capstone?
You mean to do? Oh, sure. The important things I'm trying to focus on, just like what I mentioned before, um, why we need the testing and how can we just improve our product to by the testing tool, and just the testing tool, how to improve it. Just this is my purpose on it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one question, Runcheng.
Sure.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. Impressive work.
Thank you.
How do you see the skill sets that you learned in the capstone and this project, helping you in your future career? Do you have for example, do you have a specific job title that you will be looking for, and the skill sets that you learned here will be supporting that, or something of that nature?
Yeah, because before what I'm do is I also before I was a SQA intern having the job is about SQA. So what I'm doing is trying to test the speaker, the LV speaker. But what I'm doing is just do the manual testing. So like I need to maybe 1 month to do this job to testing the LV speaker. But I found just like when I learned about the Capstone for the automating testing, and I think maybe I can just do this job in 1 week because many job I can just write the test case and use the automating testing tool to do this job. I don't need to cost the 1 week to do it, the 1 month to do it. Yeah, that's what I learned.
Excellent. Thank you. Now I have a follow-up question. If you
Yeah.
go back 10 weeks, would you still select the same topic?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Great
Thank you.
job. Thanks, Runcheng.
Yes. Now I'm start my sharing.
Thanks, Ranjing. You
How can I?
can,
Yeah, let me just. I need and I know. How can I stop it?
I
Did I
think,
stop it?
yes, no, we don't say it. I
Oh,
think you're
sure.
good.
Yeah.
You
Thank you.
you can, you're next. Would you like to share your screen, please?
Yes. Yes, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to share my project with all of you. My name is Yuqian Zheng, and my project name is STEAM that detect emotion without questioning. So let's talking about the agenda. I will talking about this part, explain that the problem I have found and why we need to solution that and how. And the demo will be shown on the effective demonstration. So in normal social activities, understanding what other facial meaning is a basic skill, but humans are good at discussing their feeling and always trying to mask their emotion. So just like the left side picture, you will never know that how many feeling is under this angry face. And even experts who understanding facial expression very well still have trouble to figure out Mona Lisa's smile is result of her own pressure or the affection of his husband. So humans are looking forward to use the AI technology to identify the exact extra meaning of feeling facial expression and explore their true self. So the problem statement is, so AI is unleashing a wave of digital disruption. The limitation of AI to understanding human emotion is still a challenge. So we can thinking about that if robot could read face, there are three benefits for the market. First, it can achieve the precision market and improve user experience and also improve the service quality. And how? So just like we can use the camera to compare the emotion of customer before and after entering the center to determine their satisfaction. So if the score is low, the team can advise employee to improve service quality. And for child, the school can use it to stop the violence. So the camera can identify who looks angry and trying to hurt someone. And also, it is a chance for the different ability child, such as autism. They cannot feel in others very well. So maybe it's the chance for them to know others, feel others, and get along with others. And from product, the game company can use it to collect the emotions of the players to improve their product. And the car companies can use the cameras to identify that the driver is look tired or not to change the style to the automate driver. So summarize above application scenarios, we can find that it is crucial for easy and example detection of human feeling at a special moment without actually asking them. So that is why more and more people have bring the money and time explosion these arrows. And we can find that the number was changed so quick because this arrow will create great wealth for mankind and social. So let's talk about the background of the facial recognition. On the 1964, this man first started facial recognition computer programming. And on 1988, we have started to use the AI technology to explore this area. And on 1989, the challenge database is become. And also in 2011, we have used the technology of the deep learning. And nowadays, there are so many companies have already used this technology to improve themselves. Just an example about the real eyes. So this company which use AI and the camera to raise the emotion about the people, and it have raised 16 million in 2018. So back to my project, what actually I want to do is use the technology of CNN to identify different face. Just like this one is happy and the other one is look sad. So I have found a project want to identify different food, which one is the tomato. So on the first line, we can find that after training, the model will show that the tomato is correct things and other is not. So when the second time I put the image of the tomatoes, the learning model will show that yes, that one is the correct thing, that one is a tomato. So what I have to, I have changed the data set to the different emotion. So about the approach, the pattern ID I have been used is the mini flash, so it is a best way to replace the anaconda from the MacBook user. Because just like my project, if you use the pattern more than the 3.8, it will become very unstable. And the development tools I have used is a VS Code. Deep learning library is TensorFlow and API is Keras. The dataset I use is come from the Kaggle. So for the machine learning dataset, it's very important. The dataset I have been used have covered the 7 categories, just like the happy, sad, angry, and else. About 821 for the training data and 7,066 picture of the validation data. So follow the page of the data set, I can find that they are 98,900 people have viewed this data set. And after view, they are 16,953 people have downloaded that. So we can know that they are 15% people will download this data set after read that. And we can also find that they are 58% have used this data set to make their model, and they already sent their code on the website. So this is my model training result. The blue one is the training and the orange one is for the validation. So we can find that from the time to time, the loss was reduced and the accuracy was improved. So in the 58 people who submit the data, I have choose 2 of them with the high tick in a year compared with my model. So we can find that my model accuracy is 62% and the validation accuracy is 16%. So maybe from this data set, my training is enough. And this is the demo. So just like this picture I have collected on the internet can identify the different emotion of the face. And there was another demo. So this one is a very famous actor in China. So we can find that. Yes, from here we can find that he is full of emotion. So we get so quick. Yes, he have changed to the happy face, and from the natural to change to the angry and surprised. Yes. So as any development technology, the facial recognition has its own imperfection and challenge. The first challenge is it is not possible to make the detection rate to 100%. So just like my model, the accuracy is 72%. So car companies still cannot use it to identify if the people is look tired or not. But for the game company, it can use this to collect the happy face from the player. And the second challenge is it usually causes a moral problem as it may sometimes invade personal space. Just like the California in this place prohibit law enforcement office to use this technology because they say it sometimes violates the rights of citizens. So in the future, there are three things I can do. First one is never stop starting or trying to improve the accuracy. And the second part is improve to solve and provide solution to raising risk. And the last one is find a way to balance the culture and ethics problem in the social. So they are the key reference. Yeah, so that is all. Thank you for listening. Is there any question you want to ask me?
Thank you, Yuqian, for your presentation. I have one question just. Is there any advice that you would give for other students who are yet to do their capstones?
Yes, I think that there may be fine choose a topic, they need to choose the topic they're really to like. Because when you do your capstone, you will find that there were many troubles you will face. So if you choose the area you truly like, you may have the power to solve the all questions.
Thank you. That's a really good advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions for Yuqian?
I have one question. Thank you very much, first of all, for the great presentation. Impressive work there. So have you used a cloud environment to do the calculations and computations, or was it an on-premise, or were you using your device?
I've used my interface.
Your device. How long
Uh,
did it take to train your model and test it?
Oh, about model one, so I didn't make the true model. I have in the relation work, I have said that I have, yes, I will show the picture.
Mhm.
I have found that someone have used a model to identify different food. So I have changed the data set to the different smile.
Oh, so you didn't train the model, you just tested with your data set.
About the training model is on here. So there are the steps for training model.
Mhm.
So first we need to improve the libraries, and it is the image, and it is the training and validation data. So this is the most important part about the model building. So we can find the four lines of the CNN. Yes. So, and it is the output. So this
Perfect.
part is yes.
Great, great. Thank you very much. And my second question would be related to the fact that what are the use cases of or applications of your research?
Oh, just like on my models, it can collect the different face, just like now my face is natural, and then I will change it to the happy, so the game companies can use it to collect the emotion of the player. So that means I'm the player and I love this product. So the companies can know that, yes, so the player like this product, so maybe this product is good. If not, didn't show the happy face, that means I need to improve my product.
Great. Thank you very much, Yuqian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yuqian. Xinyang, are you ready with your presentation?
Yes.
Please
Wait,
share your
wait.
screen.
So can see my screen? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So my name is Xinyang Sun, and my project is about hand tracking technology. This is my agenda. So hand tracking technology is a very critical technology for the VR and the IR. By seeing the motion and the movement of hand, it can effectively improve the user experience. So my goal is to develop a low-cost hand tracking technology solution using a camera, together with Unity to simulate the physical environment, manipulate the virtual hand model to show the grasping, control, and other function. At present, there are several products with excellent hand tracking function. We can see in the table are the current product with excellent hand tracking. However, they also have lots of drawbacks. The first three products are very expensive. The value index VR controller it can't be used alone. You need to buy the whole device to use this function. The second is Quest 2. Quest 2, you need to wear the device to use, and it needs 4 cameras for the hand tracking function. Only the lift motion can be used without being on the body, but it is not very convenient to use and still very expensive. So is there a device that can be used indirectly in the computer? My solution is to use the camera. By the comparison, we can see that the advantage of hand tracking using a camera is the cheap cost, and almost everyone has a camera. And we do not need to do additional operations. You can use the camera directly in the computer. This is very comfortable and convenient for the user experience. But the disadvantage is that when we use the camera, it needs a stable environment to help the camera to capture the hand. So how to implement the camera tracking of hand? I'm going to use the Google open source project called MediaPipe. This open source technology will on other programmers to develop using machine learning, and this open source technology is by using the camera for identification and tracking. In the term of physical engine, there are many game engines to choose for, such as Unity, Unreal Engine, and Amazon Lumberyard. Here, I choose to use Unity for development. About the related work, the first one is the official project provided by MediaPipe. It provides official documentation for us to learn, and it also supports several programming languages. The second is a software can do the face and hand tracking. It is a JS library and the developer can call it, but the cost of time spent to learn its source code is very high. This project was developed using MediaPy and Unity for hand tracking. It is a completely open source project and has helped me a lot in how to work with MediaPy in the Unity. Capstone is a VR game played by running in the Quest 2 device. Relying on the Quest 2 hand tracking function, the game can play by use of a hand. So in the design, the project is divided into two parts: hand capture and the display of the virtual hand model. One part is to code the camera for hand capture, and the other part is the presentation and the physical interaction display of the hand model. In between, UDP protocol is used for data transfer. About the approach, by using Python Symposium for the development. Symposium is an open source resource package. I can easily implement the hand tracking function through the camera. And when our camera does the tracking, one hand has 21 landmarks information will be tracked. And I will use the UDP to transmit the information. Then in the Unity, the information is transferred from Python to the Unity with UDP. Then the location of 21 landmarks are shown in the Unity, just like the picture. And finally, I will use the free model provided by Unity. I can synchronize my hand pose with the pose of the hand in the model. So in conclusion, my project is currently working stable as the cost of the camera is very cheap. It can replace the current expensive hand tracking solution in the future. In future, I plan to add the filter to make the hand movement more stable and use this technology to make a new type of game, which can be played without a mouse and a keyboard. And that's all. And I will show my demo. That's all. That's all. That's all my demo. Hello.
Yes, I think we couldn't hear you throughout your demo.
What? What?
We couldn't hear you throughout the demo.
Can I say again?
We couldn't hear you when you were doing the demo. We were not able to hear you.
The video, I think. you
Yeah,
mean,
the
Matthew?
the video show my demo,
Okay.
and
Okay. Anybody have any questions at this point?
I have one question. Did you use open source software?
yes, yes.
What were the advantages of using open source software?
I think it's because it's open source. So I can free to use.
Okay.
So,
So
and,
did you have access to the code as well?
what?
Did you have access to the code of the software as well? So can you see the code?
Yes. I can see the cost, and I can to change some detail, and to let to develop some function. So I think open source is very good to learn for me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you.
Anybody have any more questions? Okay. Thank you, Xinyang. I think at this point we can end our session. Thank you all three speakers again for your presentations.
Sure.
Ali, would you like to say something or can we end the session?
No, I just want to thank everybody. Great job. You guys have done impressive work. Thank you very much. So what would be the next step, Mahati? Are we going to the main room?
I think we can just end the session and the recording will be posted in the main room automatically.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Have a good
everybody.
one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Ali.
Bye.
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 哥，李婷这两个，I have a question.